Welcome back to episode 8 of Out of the Park Baseball 24 Milwaukee Brewers franchise. In the last episode, we got swept a series, we won a series, and then we split a 4-game series with the Giants. We still have a 4-game lead on the St. Louis Cardinals, so we're continuing to battle and compete at the top of the division. Our minor league teams are 7 games back at AAA. The Shuckers are 8 games back in 4th place. Wisconsin is in the lead in 1st place. And then Carolina is also in 1st place. So we got some players in lower levels that might mean it's time for them to get called up. Who knows? I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to continue to play. Let's go through today. So, got to that day, got to the first game, second to last day in May. We start a 3-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. On the hill for us, it's going to be Burns, Woodruff, and Hauser. And they're going to have Berrios, Alec Nanu, and Yushi Kuchia. Wow, I probably just murdered his name. I am sorry. So they're under 500. We should hopefully can win some games and get back feeling good about ourselves, but never know. It's baseball. You could end up losing some games and be very frustrated. Simulating game 1 of the series. Ended up winning 8-2. Corbin Burns got the win. Let's look at the stats. Corbin Burns, 7 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, only 5 strikeouts. Lowers ERA to 2 to under 3, so that's big. Wade Miley came in through the last inning and a third, gave up no runs, 2 walks. His ERA is still over 7. Hitting-wise, Brian Anderson had his 4th double of the year. Winker had his 11th double of the year. Turang had his 11th double of the year. Home runs, Christian Yelich had 7. Luke Voigt had his 6th of the year. And Jesse Winker had his 5th of the year. Yelich's was a solo shot. Voigt's was a solo shot. Winker's was a solo shot. So a bunch of solo shot home runs. Yelich home run and 2 singles. Voigt home run single. Contreras single. Winker home run double. Frelick 2 singles. Garrett Mitchell 2 singles. Bryce Turang that double. And Brian Anderson with the double. Otherwise, Garrett Mitchell had a stolen base. Voigt had an error. And we had 2 double plays and a Adames Turang Voigt double play and a Turang Adames Voigt double play. So we had both a 6-4-3 and a 4-6-3 double play. Berrios gave up 6 runs. His ERAs continued to explode. Otherwise, for them, anyone have a really good day. George Springer had a double and Brandon Belt George Springer had a home run and Belt had a home run. A fun little interleague series this year, or early in the season, so it's a fun little series to have. Now it's Brandon Woodruff versus Alec Mahano. Let's go to game 2, see if we can clinch the win of the series. It's thinking, and we lost. We got a personal update. So let's look at our player development changes. Pampas' stamina rating improved, but his overall dropped 1. Eric Lauer's stuff dropped, and his movement improved. His potential dropped from 55 to 50. Victor Caratini, his eye increased 55 to 60. His overall increased 46 to 48, and his potential increased from 45 to 50. So we just need to continue to try to get him more at bats and attempts, I think. Jansen Junk, our one of our AAA pitchers, his movement improved and his overall improved to 40. So that's good. Robert Gasser, potential movement improved, and then his overall improved to 42. So those two are the two guys I'm thinking about bringing up. They're also the reasons why in the offseason I'm probably okay with trading Corbin Burnes for a ton of prospects and hoping we can build our farm that way. Our catcher down in Nashville, his overall improved from 41 to 43, and his potential improved from 40 to 45. And his current power improved as well. Keston Hiura dropped, and his overall dropped. It's tough because he is not really going to play. Not really going to play for us. If anything, I'll try to put him in a trade, but that's all I can do. Alex Jackson, a catcher down in AA, improved both his overall and his potential. Tyler Black improved his eye, improved his speed, and improved from a 31 to 36 out in left field. So another, minor league outfielder, but he could also play other positions. If we click onto him, he's got, left field's his main position, but he played second base in real life, so he could play some other positions. Let's go down. Jackson Cherio, his potential power rating dropped from 70 to 65, and his potential I dropped from 60 to 55. His overall improved from 29 to 32. I'm going to keep him down in AA. I think that's probably the game plan, actually, in real life, is have him play a whole year of AA. If he really does well, he can come up to AAA, but try to keep him on AA and then bring him up to AAA next year. Another relief pitcher improved. He's down in low A right now. Starting pitcher down in low A. We have his potential improved from 35 to 40. So for these guys, it's just trying to make sure their potential is improving. Campbell in high A, his potential dropped, even though his overall went up. Left fielder overall rating went up from 20 to 24. I don't know what his potential is, 45, so he could be a kid that maybe, if he gets there, a couple guys in the international complex, potential dropped, potential improved, so that's good. And this 17-year-old potential rating dropped from 80 to 45, so that's a big drop for this kid. He went down, looked at him more, must not have been very good. Let's see what our scout found in Australia. He's 15-year-old center fielder. Maybe he could do something. He's saying he's been assigned to the international complex. Oh, potential of 40. So that's not terrible to have him a 40 overall player. So I'll take that in our international complex to sit and go from there. I'm not going to complain about a guy that maybe for a free guy to find. Game 3 of the series, trying to get the win, hoping to win the series. We lost Game 3 as well, so we won the first one, lost the next 2. Let's see how it happened. Oh, I didn't do the box score of the second game. Let me go back, do the second game first, because I can go back and do that. Got to go back into May. I got distracted. Brandon Woodruff, 5 1/3, gave up 4 runs, 5 strikeouts, but had 3 walks, 6 hits. Gave up a home run. Hobie Milner came on, didn't the inning in a 2/3, no runs. Matt Bush came on, pitched an inning, no runs. Devin Williams blew a save, gave up a run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Peter Strzelecki came on, gave up 2 runs, and then Jake Cousins got the loss. So it went to extra innings, went to 12 innings, 10-9. Hitting wise, we had Urias with a double, his 8th of the year. Caratini with a double, his 3rd of the year. Home run by Willie Adames, no surprise. It was about that time. Every time at bats, he's got a home run. He's got 21 home runs on 205 at bats. So he's continuing a solo home run. Jesse Winker, solo home run. Luis Rios, 2-run home run. Total bases, Adames with his home run. Luke Voigt with 2 hits. Jesse Winker with his home run and a hit. Luis Rios had 3 hits, a double and a home run. So for his 2 hits, Victor Caratini with his double. So go and 2 double plays. Again, our middle infield. Outside of that, nothing too big hitting wise. But we scored 9 runs. Like, that's a game we probably should have won. We did score 4 of those runs in the last extra innings when we have the ghost runner. So that helps add that run, I guess. But we each scored a run in the 9th. We probably should have hopefully won that game, but blew a save. Not ideal. Now let's look at the box score for the last game of the series. We gave up 3 runs in the 8th. So we scored 3, we made it a 1-run game in the 8th. Ended up not working out for us. Hauser, 5 innings, 3 earned, 2 walks, only 2 strikeouts. Pempes gave up a run. Cousins gave up 2 runs. Milner gave up a run. Not great. All of our pitchers that inherited runners, 2 out of 3 gave up a run, and then Jake Cousins was the only one to not give up an inherited runner. Luke Voigt was hurt while running the bases. So, Victor Caratini came in. So Victor Caratini played first. Don't know if he has that option to play first. So, not great. We're going to have to go back, check our email. Here's our scouting report for the next series. Lauer, Peralta, Bushley, Burns. We have Stevenson, Fry, Diaz, Spencer, Steele. And Cincinnati, another team that's below 500. Hopefully we can figure it out. You already tell us there's 6 days left on the 6 days. Let's look at the injured list. Let's see. You already tell us have 6 days left on the IL. I wish I could send him to rehab while he's on the IL, but I can't. So maybe that was a little bit of overkill. It is what it is. Luke Voigt must have not been hurt overly long, bad, so he'll be okay. Game 1 in a 4-game series against the Reds. Let's simulate. Hopefully we win it. We're only 2.5 back, or 2.5 ahead. Now we're 3.5 ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals because we won, they lost. Let's look at the box score, see what happened. Eric Lauer, 6 2/3, gave up 3 runs, 1 walk, 8 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Peter Strzelecki, God, it's a tough name, but I know how to say it. 2/3 of an inning, no runs. Hobie Milner with the hold, 2/3 of an innings, no runs given up. And then Devin Williams came in the 9th, got the save, gave up a hit and a walk, but got a strikeout. So there's a chance Peter Strzelecki did not give up his inherited runner, and Hobie Milner did not give up his inherited runner. Batting wise, Sal Frelick had his 4th double of the year. I'm telling you, I need to get him more at bats. I think he can really produce this year for us. I think he's just that good of a player. So Frelick with his 4th double of the year, Adames with his 8th double of the year, and Contreras with his 6th double of the year. Home runs Winker with his 7th of the year. Adames with a double and a single. Contreras with his double. Winker with his home run. Frelick with his double. Mitchell with a hit and Anderson with a hit. Mitchell and Turang with stolen bases, 13 and 8 for them. Left A on base, but we ended up winning the game. So, good first game of that series for us to get our division lead back up to 3.5 and to go from there. Game 2, we ended up losing. We got a trade proposal from the Miami Marlins. We would get a left-handed pitcher, relief pitcher, and we would lose our right-hander, Jacob Moralski. So realistically, I think this is probably a good trade because we have some starting pitching in the bank, and we also need help in our bullpen. Let's look at our pitching staff and see. He's 42 overall, and there I don't think he's going to get much better, but he's 28. They're saying they would reject the offer, but I think if this loads at some point, we can look and see, so Wade Miley is 33 overall. He's not very good. Jake Cousins is 40, so that guy's technically better. He's better than this guy. He's not better than Hobie Milner. Peter Strzelecki, but he would fit into our middle relief role. We could move Wade Miley down. If we go to a 5-man rotation, we could move Caleb Bushley back, right? We don't have the long-term reasoning, but we could always make it that way. We could always send down a position player too if we bring a Gasser or an Ashby gets back and put them into our bullpen. So I think I kind of like this deal for some reason. Let's go back into it and see. Can we discuss trade? Yeah, let's discuss the trade. Our available money would drop by $1.8 million we wouldn't have enough money to really go out and get anybody else. And I've really liked, in real life, sure, I think he could be good, but I don't know if he's going to actually get good in this game. I was thinking bullpen help at the trade deadline, right? That's what I was thinking. Is there any way where we could see? I don't want to make them retain any. Can't make them add cash. What we could do is make them maybe retain 25% of the contract. We could see. Let's make them add 50% of the contract. If you've played this game before, you get just in the offseason bombarded with trades from the computer, just offering for a pretty good relief pitcher and for bad minor leaguers and all, and you have to pay 90% of the salary, and it's well, that's not very useful. I think I just did it. I think they allowed it. I think they accepted with let's look and see. Let's go to, here and front office. Yeah, it was 50. They retained it in 50%. So we picked up a player. Let's go. Tanner Scott, who was designated for assignment, add him to our 40-man roster. So he's on there now, correct. Let's check and make sure. Yep, Tanner Scott's on here. Wade Miley, you can refuse minor league option. That's fine. Go down there. Refuse to be demoted. Fine. Waive and designate player for assignment. Yes. Tanner Scott, you're getting called up. All right. So now we've got a new look bullpen. I'm going to set him to middle relief. We don't have a long relief guy. We would just have to eat up innings with these guys for right now. At some point, we might bring up Jansen Junk or Matt Gasser or one of our guys from injury, and we'll go from there. We'll play that out, but not really that worried about it. I think just that extra help we can get from Tanner Scott, armor too, will be helpful. Let's look at all-star voting since it's up here. Catcher, no. First base, don't have anyone. Second base, don't have anyone. Third base, don't have anyone. Shortstop, Willie Damas is still second. Reynolds, no. Center field, no. Right field, no. And designated hitter, no. Starting pitching, we don't have anyone. Reliever, we have Devin Williams in third. So, there we are. Let's delete all the emails just for my keeping things nice and tidy. And let's look at our home screen and see, did we go over how this game went? No, we did not. All right. So, game 2 of the series, we lost 4-3. Pitching wise, Freddie Peralta, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. So another solid outing from Freddie. I wish he could have went longer, but apparently he's only going to throw 90 pitches. Pampas came in, gave up 1 run. Cousins came in, gave up a run. Matt Bush with the ghost runner in the 10th gave up a run. So it looks like we scored all 3 of our runs in the 8th. So it was a comeback for us to tie the game in the 8th inning. So hitting wise, home run, Luis Rios, his 7th of the year, 2-run home run. Voit had 2 singles, Rios had a home run. So that was our only hits of the game. Yeah, we only had 2 hits. We had Rios home run and Luke Voit 2 hits. So outside of those 2, we didn't get a hit the whole day. Rios got into a double play and Garrett Mitchell got into a double play. Outside of that, we didn't have much. Very basic day for our hitting. But to lose in 10 innings, we need to start winning games in series. This is a big one. Can Caleb Bruchley just be solid in the 6th spot of the rotation? Let's go and let's play today's game, or simulate today's game. And I thought we won for a second, but it's 11-9. We lost in a 9-inning shootout. Caleb Bruchley, I think I have to take him out of the rotation. He's hurting us. We can just do a 5-man rotation from now on. Bruchley with 2 1/3 gave up 5 hits and 5 runs. Milton Hobie came in 1/3, 1 hit, 1 run. Pampas came in, 3 hits, no runs. Cousins with the hold. Strzelecki came in, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned, and Matt Bush blew a save. Came in with 2/3 of an inning and gave up a run. So, not a banner day. I mean, for a pitching staff, it's never going to be a good day for your pitching staff when you give up 11 runs in 9 innings. I think Caleb Bruchley needs to get sent to the bullpen again, and just stick with a 5-man rotation now until you feel like bringing someone else up, and you can go 6-man after that. Hitting wise, had to be a hell of a day at the plate. We scored 9 runs. Contreras with his 7th double of the year. Trang with 2 doubles for 12 and 13 on the year. Voit with a double for his 4th of the year. Garrett Mitchell, his 11th double of the year. Garrett Mitchell had a triple, his 1st of the year. Willie Adames had 2 home runs, so 22 and 23. A solo shot and a 3-run home run. So now he's at 23 home runs and 229 at bats. So he's still got that just ridiculous 1 in 10 pace that he's going for. So it should be interesting how many he hits over the course of the year. It's already June and we're into that. So Adames, 2 home runs for 8 bases. Voit, a double. Contreras, a double. Winker. Did he have a double? No. Winker didn't have a double, so Winker just had 2 hits. Yep, Winker 2 hits. Mitchell, he had a double, a triple for 5, and then 2 singles. So really good day at the plate for him. He was 4 or 5. Frelick with a hit, and Trang with 2 doubles for 4. Frelick with a stolen base and an error for Voit. I think I need to get Luke Voit in the lineup more. He's been destroying the baseball once Rowdy comes back. I mean, he's batting over 300. Yeah, I can't sit him. I think he needs to come in and hit for Winker, and even if I go righty-lefty with him, right? Winker bats against righties, Voit bats against lefties. Just for the fact of he's been ripping the cover off the baseball. So once Rowdy comes back, I think that will be the play. Oh, so we did not lose the series. We have to hope for a series split here against the lowly Reds. We ended up getting a win, but let's look at this proposed trade that we got. We would get a 31-year-old second baseman. I don't really need a second baseman. I have Trang. I feel really comfortable in Trang, especially sending out Carrillo, who is might be a solid catcher for us down the line, and Luis Lara, who might be, he's still in our international bracket or in a rookie league. So yeah, rookie league. So I don't think this would be a good trade. So I'm going to reject to it. I just don't think that's a good trade. I don't need another second baseman. I don't care if they're retaining 55% of it. Our last series of the episode against the Orioles will be Woodruff, Hauser, Lauer versus Irving, Rodriguez, Kramer. Their top players are Adley Rutschman, Cedric Mullins, Gunnar Henderson, Anthony Santander, and Felix Batista. So they got some guys that can play. They are over 500 for the year, 31 and 27. I think that's probably right around where we're at right now. And we discovered another pitcher. Let's see. He's not going to be very good, but he can sit in our international complex until he graduates out. That's where we're going to get a lot of fill our minor league system. Is from just guys that graduated from the international system. Let's look at our last game against the Reds and see how it went. Burns got the win. He threw 8 1/3, gave up 7 runs. Why was he in there for so long? If he gave up 7 runs game, gave up 10 hits, 6 strikeouts. Tanner Scott came in, threw an inning, gave up 2 hits. So not ideal. But so he stayed in there. We gave up 4 runs in the 9th. So he scattered 4 runs early. And then Tanner Scott came in. There was 3 runners on and he surrendered all 3. Okay. So that's why Scott came in and then Williams came in for the last out and saved the game for us. Also pitching wise, rough start for Tanner Scott in the for the Brewers in the bullpen. I'm sure he'll figure it out. He has to be better than Wade Miley. So, like, I don't know if I would have trusted Wade Miley. I wouldn't have went with him there. I would have went with someone else, I think. Hitting-wise, because we scored 11 runs, had to be a good day. Contreras with his 8th double of the year. Frelick with a triple. And Winker with a home run, his 8th of the year. And Luke Voigt with his 7th home run of the year. I just don't know. We've got so many guys that can. I mean, I need to keep Luke Voigt out there. I mean, he's batting 323 with a 700 OPS. Like, if I go to Adames, this was his day off, but if I go to Adames, that's his slugging percentage too. It's up into the 600s. So he's outrageous. Turang with a hit, Voigt with a home run and a single, Contreras with his double, Winker with his home run, Frelick with the triple and 2 hits. That's like, he's starting to be able to hit the ball and do special things. I think. I mean, he needs to hit more. Tyrone Taylor with a hit. So bench players coming in, playing well. 2 out RBIs, Frelick with 2 of them. Base running Mitchell with his 14th stolen base of the year, and Turang with his 3rd card stealing for Uris. Turang, Voigt, double play. We had Anderson playing 3rd there, Tyrone Taylor playing left for Christian Yelich, Frelick in right, Mitchell in center. So that was our lineup for the day. Interesting lineup there. I mean, I like giving Christian Yelich a day off every once in a while, especially because he's not playing great. Let's go to Game 1 of the Baltimore series. Let's simulate that. We have a 4.5 game lead. Game 1 of the Baltimore series, we lost 4-2. So, yeah, when I said we have similar records, we have the same number of wins. They're just 2 games up in the loss column. So where it's a 1-game difference, would have been a half game. Or, yeah, we would have been tied before this. Pitching wise, Brandon Woodruff threw 6 1/3, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. So another solid start. It'd be a quality start. Peter Strzelecki, 2/3 of an inning, gave up a run. Hobie Milner gave up a run. Matt Bush, scoreless inning. Strzelecki stranded a runner. So that was good. We lost it in the 8th. God. We have it's tie game leads, and we're just blowing them at times. Hitting wise, Yelich had a double, his 7th of the year. Adames had his 9th double of the year. Restaurant his 14th double of the year. Restaurant is great. I wouldn't be surprised if at the next development update thing we get, he gets an increase at his potential and overall. I think he's just playing well. Home runs, Adames, his 24th of the year. So he's continued to hit the ball. So yeah, his slugging percentage is .588. Luke Voigt, 676. Plus his average is higher. Like, it's just one of those things where Luke Voigt's hammering the hell out of the ball. He needs to be hitting more. Yelich with his double, Adames with 3 hits, home run, double, single, so only a triple away from the cycle. Turang with a double and a single, Mitchell with a single, Brian Anderson with a single. Tyrone Taylor with a stolen base, Garrett Mitchell with his first caught stealing. So he has 14 stolen bases and 1 caught stealing. We'll take that anytime. 3-6 double play. So otherwise, starting lineup wise, Taylor was in right, and then Frelick came in for a pitch hitter, and then Winker came in to field. So that's interesting. Turang for double, or Turang at second, normal, Mitchell at center, Brian Anderson at DH. So that's interesting. I have to find a way to get Brian Anderson more reps at hitting the ball because he's, supposed to be a good hitter. And in real life, he's smoking the ball. So it just so happened that it works well for the Brewers in real life, because not that it's what you want with Luis Urias getting hurt and then Brian Anderson playing third base pretty much full time, but that's what's happening. That's what happened. So lost game 1 of the series. Not ideal. Let's go to game 2. It will be Adrian Hauser versus Grayson Rodriguez. We lost game 2. Rowdy Tellez is available to come off the IL. I don't know if I think I should just call him up, but I don't know who to send down. Owen Miller has not gotten at bat. I think I should just send Owen Miller down because he's not getting at bats. He's not going to get better. So let's go to overview. I don't like doing this, but we're sending Owen Miller down. And we're going to move Wade Miley. You refuse to be demoted. Then you will get, I'm going to release Wade Miley. Yes. Just cut him. He's not going to be any good. Pull up the injury list. He's not going to be any good in the game. In real life, it should be interesting. But Rowdy Tellez coming back up to the active roster. But let's look at lineups now. All right, Garrett Mitchell. Christian Yelich's on-base percentage is 300. Garrett Mitchell is 313, so very similar. I like this thought. Dense right-handers. I got to bring Rowdy back in to play first base. But I'm going to then put Luke Voigt in here as well. Brian Anderson's a righty, so Jesse Winker, we can do that left-right. Switching back and forth, I'm also going to put Luke Voigt as a backup here, if tired, or every 4th game against the righty, so I'm making sure he's getting his reps. Against the lefty, I'm going to move Rowdy in here, but then I'm going to move Luke Voigt here. I'm moving it to like every 2nd game. Just because, and I think I'm going to move Luke Voigt to DH against lefties, and then Winker. God, it's tough when Winker is there, but when he's on fire, right? Like every 3rd game for Winker to be DH, and then I'll also move Brian Anderson here as well if guys are tired. Move Winker in a pitch hitting role and Brian Anderson in a pitch hitting role, just to have them in as many places as possible to try to get them going. All right, so lost game 2 of the series. Let's look at our pitching. Hauser gave up 5 1/3, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. Scott, a scoreless inning, so that's good. Strzelecki, 2/3 of an inning, scoreless. Hobie Milner, inning and 2/3, gave up a run. Jake Cousins with a 1/3 of an inning. Shut down. I'm assuming he inherited a. No, he did not inherit a runner. All right. Outside of that, hitting wise, he only scored 1 run. So Winker with a double. He's hitting the ball well. It's tough to take him off. It's tough when you have guys that can only play first base or DH. I guess Winker could play left field, but I have enough guys that can play left field, that can play outfield. Yelich with 2 hits, Voigt with a hit, Contreras with a hit, Urias with a hit, Winker with 2 hits, or Winker with a double, I guess, and Frelick with a hit. Christian Yelich with a stolen base, Urias with an error. So we had 2 guys pitch hit for we had Winker. They must have put in a lefty, so then we went Taylor, and then they must have put in a righty, so we went Caratini in that situation. Disappointing to lose the first two against the Orioles because they're a competitive team, right? They're a team that if we can play well, that kind of can make a statement. But we are losing games slowly, creeping closer to 500, which we don't want to be. Similarly, in the last game, hoping to avoid the sweep, and we didn't. We lost 5-3. So we are 31-32, 2 games up on the Pirates of all teams. So our division took a little crash after us and the Cardinals battling out above 500 for a little bit. Hitting wise, Eric Lauer 5 2/3, 4 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, gave up 6 hits as well. Pampas came in 2 1/3, gave up 1 run, and Jake Cousins an inning scoreless in the 9th. And we scored all 3 runs in the 9th, so that's why Pampas came in through that many through the end of the 6th, through the whole 7th, through the whole 8th, was because it was 5-0. So, or he gave up a run, but it is what it is. Hitting wise, Voigt with a double. Yeah, he's still just wrapping off the baseball, hitting the skin off the baseball. Like, he is destroying the ball. Yelich with a single, Damas with a single. Damas is due for another home run here. He's got 242 at bats and 4 home runs, or 24 home runs. So in the next 8 at bats, he's got another home run coming. Contreras with 2 singles, Luke Voigt with a double, Trang with the hit, Anderson with the hit. So who did not have a hit? Frelick and Winker and Urias didn't have hits. And Rowdy. That was his first game back, though. Has to knock off some rust. Yelich and Frelick with stolen bases, and Trang, Adames, Tellers double play. So that's where we're at. We're on a little bit of a losing streak here. We only have a 2-game lead on the Pirates, 32-31. Not the best little stretch. Not the best 10-game stretch for us. How this is going to end up working for the rest of till the All-Star break is I'm going to continue to do 3 series at a time. So we have Oakland, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, and so that's 1 episode. Arizona, Cleveland, New York is another episode, and then Pittsburgh again. Pittsburgh, Chicago, Cincinnati. And then we get to the All-Star break, which is also where the draft is. So the draft is just going to be all in 1 episode because the draft takes some time to do. So that's going to all be 1 episode. And then we'll cut it there. And I'll probably try to do the same thing around the trade deadline where that will be an episode and this will be an episode. And then we'll figure that out later, but there's going to be a couple more episodes till the draft, and the draft is going to be its own episode. Let's look at so 2 games up on the Pirates, and we would be 2 games back of a wild card spot. So again, it's only June. Just have to start winning games again. Start getting hot as a team and win games. That's what it comes down to, organizationally wise. Let's look at pitchers first because that's where the stats are. Freddie Peralta still lighting it up. Pampas is solid, being a good pitcher. Bush is doing okay. Guys that are below, that's what I was going to do. Before I forget, I'm going to make this a 5-man rotation. Brucey's going to come back over here, and he'll be long relief to eat up innings and do that type of stuff. So got that done. So move back to pitchers. All right, yeah, Bushley's going to come here. Hauser struggling this year. Cousins struggling this year. I would be interesting to once couple guys come back to relook at my pitching staff and see what do I have to do. Tanner Scott, when he's with us, he's okay, not great for the year. He's below average, but it is. I mean, that is what it is. Batters. I went to Scott just as a secondary, as just another bullpen arm because I didn't think we had enough, and having Wade Miley out there was not useful. Batting wise, looking at OPS plus, Luke Voigt, yeah, I mean he's destroying the baseball. I need him to get more at bats. Willie Adames, I mean, look at the difference in the slugs, and then Luke Voigt's on base percentage is so much higher too because he's getting more than just home runs. But I mean, 24 home runs, 42 RBIs, Voigt 21 RBIs, and I mean less at bats. Like he is playing well. Rowdy Tellez, 10 home runs, 21 RBIs. So I mean, if you look at the Voigt Tellez split, that's something else. William Contreras, 6 home runs. So we got some guys doing some things. Caratini is struggling still. I'm not getting him enough at bats either. Like he's got 97 plate appearances, and that's just not enough. But it's tough to find spots for him to play. I want William Contreras hitting because he's a better hitter. He's 55 across the board. Caratini is 45, 45, 60 I. Like, okay, I'll take Contreras hitting instead. Outside, let's look at injured list and who could be coming back. Jason Alexander, once he gets done with his rehab, I'm going to DFA him and then send him to AAA. Aaron Ashby, he'll be back in 2 days, which will be big. And then I can put him on a rehab assignment. I might let him sit in the rehab assignment for a long time, but then he might be let's see. He's going to be either him or Hauser as the 5th starter, or I can go back to the six-man rotation and figure it out from there. Who am I going to send up or down to get Adrian Hauser there? But yeah, I'm not going to look at minor league prospects. We've already been going for a while. Please like, comment, subscribe, and please comment. Obviously, all-star voting. Once I thought about it, I will vote for our guys in the National League. But in the AL, let me know who I should vote for. Because I don't know, and I could always just submit an empty ballot, but I'd prefer to not do that. So, yeah, please like, subscribe, and have a great day.